Listen up. Right now, in this moment, there is only one real opponent standing in your way. It's not the economy. It's not your boss. It's not your past, your parents, or your circumstances. It's you. It's you against you. See, every single day you have a choice. You can be the version of yourself that settles, the one that hits snooze, makes excuses, blames the world, and drags their feet through life. Or you can be the version that fights, the one who wakes up hungry, who refuses to be average, who dominates their day instead of being dominated by it. The battle's not out there. It's in your mind. It's in the way you think, in the way you talk to yourself, in the way you decide who you're going to be. How many times have you said, I'll start tomorrow? How many times have you let fear, doubt, or laziness stop you from chasing what you know you're capable of? That weak version of you, that part that keeps making excuses, it's got a geo. Kill it off. Because let me tell you something, you are stronger than your past. You are more powerful than your excuses. And you are capable of more than you can even imagine. But here's the truth, and nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to wake you up at 5 a.m. Nobody is going to push you when you don't feel like it. This is your fight. And the only way to win is to step up and take control. So today, make a decision. Look in the mirror and say, I am done playing small. I am done making excuses. I am done being my own worst enemy. Because the moment you decide to go all in, to attack your goals, to crush your doubts, to refuse to settle, that is the moment your life changes forever. It's you against you. So tell me, which version is going to win? Mindset shift is the foundation of every breakthrough in life. It is the invisible force that separates the successful from the stagnant, the driven from the defeated, the winners from those who surrender to mediocrity. Every outcome in your life, your finances, your health, your relationships, your success starts in one place, your mind. If your mind is wired for limitation, your life will be a series of limitations. If your mind is wired for possibility, your life will be filled with opportunities. The way you see yourself, the way you interpret the world, and the beliefs you hold determine everything. Most people are trapped in a fixed mindset, repeating the same patterns, reinforcing the same habits, and convincing themselves that where they are is where they have to stay. They live by stories that keep them stuck. I'm not smart enough. I don't have the time. It's too late for me. These are not facts. They are beliefs. They are lies people tell themselves so they don't have to face the discomfort of change. The truth is, your mind is the most powerful tool you have, and the moment you shift it, you shift your entire reality. Now think about this. Two people can face the exact same challenge, but one sees it as an obstacle while the other sees it as an opportunity. One person gives up and the other finds a way. What's the difference? Mindset. One believes that struggle means failure, while the other believes that struggle is the path to strength. One sees rejection as a personal attack, while the other sees rejection as feedback. One sees fear as a stop sign, while the other sees fear as proof that they're stepping outside their comfort zone and growing. The reality is that the external world doesn't change until your internal world changes first. Your thoughts create emotions. Your emotions create actions. Your actions create results. If you believe you're not good enough, you will feel unmotivated, you will procrastinate, and you will take weak action, leading to poor results that reinforce your original belief. But if you believe you are capable, if you believe you are in control, if you believe you are unstoppable, that belief will drive confidence, energy, and massive action, leading to success that further solidifies that belief. The shift happens the moment you stop waiting for external circumstances to change and start taking control of the one thing you can control, your mind. Most people wait for motivation before taking action, but the truth is action creates motivation. You don't wait to feel ready, you decide you're ready. You don't wait for the perfect moment. You create the moment. Every successful person you see wasn't born with an unstoppable mindset. They built it. They trained it. They rewired the way they think, just like strengthening a muscle. They replaced self-doubt with self-belief. They replaced fear with action. They replaced victimhood with responsibility. This is the real secret to transformation. Your mindset is not fixed. It is something you cultivate every single day. Fear will always be there. Self-doubt will always whisper in your ear. Challenges will never disappear. But the person who wins in life is not the one who avoids these things. It is the one who shifts their perspective on them. When you realize that failure is not the opposite of success, but a necessary part of it, you stop fearing it. When you understand that setbacks are not signs to quit, but signs to grow stronger, you stop seeing them as roadblocks and start seeing them as stepping stones. When you recognize that discipline is not a burden, but a gift, you stop avoiding hard work and start embracing it as the path to your greatest potential. You are always in control of your mindset. The world will throw distractions, negativity, and obstacles at you, but how you respond is always up to you. Do you react emotionally or do you respond with clarity? Do you make excuses or do you find solutions? Do you give up when it gets hard or do you dig deeper? These small daily choices determine everything. If you want to transform your life, start with your thoughts. Stop saying I can't and start asking how can I? Stop focusing on problems and start focusing on solutions. Stop looking for reasons why you can't and start finding reasons why you must. Rewire your mind to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Train yourself to take action even when you don't feel like it. Condition yourself to believe in your own power even when things aren't going your way. Every great achievement in history started with a mindset shift. The people who changed the world didn't wait for permission. They didn't wait for the right conditions. They decided. They saw beyond limitations. They refused to accept anything less than the extraordinary, and that same power exists in you. Your mind is your greatest weapon, your most valuable asset, and the key to unlocking everything you desire. The moment you take control of it, your entire life changes. Breaking comfort zones is the key to unlocking your full potential. Every time you stay inside your comfort zone, you reinforce limitations that hold you back from growth, success, and true fulfillment. The comfort zone is a trap, a silent killer of dreams, and the reason why most people never reach their full capabilities. It feels safe, predictable, and familiar, but it is also the place where progress stops, dreams die, and regrets grow. If you want to achieve anything great in life, you must break through the invisible walls that keep you playing small. You must step into discomfort, face uncertainty, challenge the beliefs that tell you to stay where you are. Most people spend their entire lives avoiding discomfort. They settle for jobs they hate, relationships that don't inspire them, and routines that make them feel stuck. They trade growth for security, choosing the illusion of stability over the possibility of something greater. But the truth is, nothing extraordinary happens in the comfort zone. The people who achieve greatness, who break records, who build empires, and who create lasting impact are the ones who are willing to do what others won't. They are the ones who embrace discomfort, seek out challenges, and push themselves beyond what feels easy. They understand that pain, struggle, and uncertainty are not obstacles but necessary ingredients for success. The first step in breaking your comfort zone is recognizing that fear is not a stop sign. Fear is a signal that you are about to grow. Every time you feel fear, it means you are standing on the edge of something new, something that has the power to transform you. But most people misinterpret fear. They see it as a reason to back away, to retreat to safety, to avoid taking risks. They let fear control them instead of using it as fuel. The reality is fear never goes away. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite it. Fear is just an emotion, a thought in your mind, and it has no real power unless you give it power. But growth only happens when you're uncomfortable. Think about the moments in your life when you learned the most from you. Those moments were never easy. They were filled with struggle, uncertainty, and pressure. Maybe it was a time when you had to step up in a difficult situation, take responsibility for something bigger than yourself, or face a challenge you didn't think you could handle. Those were the moments that shaped you. Those were the moments that forced you to rise. And every single time you pushed through discomfort, you expanded what was possible for you. You became more confident, more resilient, and more capable. The problem is that most people don't intentionally seek discomfort. They avoid it at all costs. They build routines that keep them safe. They stick to the same people, the same habits, and the same environments because it feels comfortable. But comfort is the enemy of progress. The more comfortable you are, the less you grow. The more you avoid challenges, the weaker you become. Life rewards those who are willing to be uncomfortable, who are willing to do the hard things, who are willing to put themselves in situations where they are forced to grow. If you want to break your comfort zone, you have to start doing things that scare you. You have to start saying yes to opportunities that make you nervous. You have to start putting yourself in situations where you don't feel fully prepared. But you have to stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect circumstances. There is never a perfect time to take action. The only way to grow is to jump, to take risks, to move forward even when you don't feel ready. The truth is, you will never feel completely ready. Your mind will always find reasons why now is not the right time, why you should wait, why you should stay safe. But if you listen to those thoughts, you will stay stuck forever. The biggest breakthroughs happen when you challenge yourself, when you wake up early even when you don't feel like it, when you speak up even when your voice shakes, when you take action even when you are filled with self-doubt, when you do what is difficult, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar, the more you push yourself into discomfort, the more resilient you become. You start to realize that fear was just an illusion, that failure is not the end, and that you are far more capable than you ever imagined. Every time you break through a comfort zone, you expand your confidence, your skills, and your possibilities. You become a person who is not controlled by fear, but fueled by it. Most people are stuck in a cycle of procrastination, overthinking, and avoidance. They wait for motivation, for the right circumstances, for someone to push them. But motivation doesn't come before action. Action creates motivation. You don't wait to feel ready to take action. You take action, and then you feel ready. The moment you step outside your comfort zone, your brain rewires itself. It starts to see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities. It starts to crave growth instead of fearing it. The key is to start small and be consistent. Take cold showers, speak to strangers, try something new every week. Face your fears head on, do things that make you uncomfortable every single day, because the more you expose yourself to discomfort, the more comfortable you become with being uncomfortable. And when you master that, there is nothing you can't do. But breaking your comfort zone is not a one-time event. It's a lifestyle. It's a commitment to constantly pushing yourself beyond what feels easy. It's about refusing to settle for anything less than what you are truly capable of. The moment you decide that you are done playing small, that you are done letting fear control your life, everything changes. You start seeing yourself differently. You start seeing yourself differently. You start seeing yourself. You start expecting more from yourself. You stop tolerating mediocrity. And the more you push yourself, the more you realize that the only limits that exist are the ones you create in your own mind. Success is not reserved for the special, the lucky, or the gifted. Success is the result of pushing through discomfort, of doing the things most people are not willing to do, of breaking through the walls of fear and doubt that keep you stuck. Every person who has achieved greatness did so by stepping outside their comfort zone, by taking risks, by putting themselves in situations where they had no choice but to grow. And you can do the same. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is your willingness to embrace discomfort, to take action, and to refuse to settle for anything less than your true potential. A winning mindset is the foundation of success in every area of life. It is not just about talent, intelligence, or luck. It is about the way you think, the way you act, and the way you push through obstacles that stop most people. A winning mindset is built through discipline, persistence, and an unshakable belief that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Most people dream of success, but few ever reach it because they lack the mindset required to win. They let fear control them, they let failure define them, and they let doubt hold them back. But the truth is, success is never about external circumstances. It is about what happens inside your mind. If you think like a winner, you will act like a winner. You act like a winner, you will become a winner. Everything starts in your mind. Winners think differently. They don't see obstacles as roadblocks. They see them as opportunities to grow stronger. When they fail, they don't quit. They learn, they adjust, and they come back even harder. They don't waste time complaining about what they can't control. They focus on what they can control. They don't compare themselves to others. They focus on becoming the best version of themselves. A winning mindset is built on resilience, the ability to keep going even when everything around you is telling you to stop. It is about training yourself to push through pain, to embrace discomfort, and to stay focused no matter what distractions come your way. Winners don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. They don't wait to feel inspired. They take action even when they don't feel like it. They understand that growth happens outside their comfort zone, so they seek out challenges instead of avoiding them. Most people lose before they even begin because they have already decided in their minds that they are not good enough. They have already accepted defeat before they take their first step. They tell themselves that success is for other people, that they don't have what it takes, that they are not smart enough, not talented enough, not lucky enough. These are all lies. The only thing separating winners from everyone else is their mindset. Winners believe in themselves even when no one else does. They back themselves up with action. They don't just talk about what they want. They work for it. They sacrifice for it. They do whatever it takes because they know that success is not given, it is earned. A winning mindset is not about avoiding failure. It is about using failure as fuel. Every setback is an opportunity to learn. Every rejection is a test of perseverance. Every obstacle is a chance to prove how badly you want it. The difference between winners and losers is simple. Losers see failure as the end, while winners see failure as a stepping stone. Winners know that every great success story is built on a foundation of failures, mistakes, and struggles. They don't let failure break them, they let it make them. They don't dwell on the past, they focus on the future. They don't allow a single moment of defeat to define them because they know that as long as they keep going, they can never truly lose. Most people are controlled by their emotions. If they feel motivated, they work hard. If they feel tired, they give up. If they face difficulty, they quit. But winners don't let emotions dictate their actions. They take control of their minds. They push through fatigue, boredom, and self-doubt. They show up every day, whether they feel like it or not. They do the work when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when no one believes in them. They stay consistent because they understand that greatness is built in the moments when it would be easier to quit. A winning mindset means committing to the process, not just the outcome. It means falling in love with the grind, with the discipline, with the daily battle to become better than you were yesterday. Every person who has ever achieved something great had moments of doubt, fear, and struggle. The difference is that they didn't let those moments define them. They didn't let setbacks destroy their belief. They made a decision to keep moving forward no matter what. They developed an unstoppable mindset, a mindset that refuses to accept mediocrity, a mindset that demands excellence, a mindset that never settles. Winners don't wait for the perfect conditions. They create their own opportunities. They don't make excuses. They find solutions. They don't listen to negativity. They stay focused on their vision. They don't get distracted by what other people are doing. They stay locked in on their own path. Most people spend their lives playing small because they are afraid of failing, afraid of judgment, afraid of stepping outside their comfort zone. But winners understand that fear is part of the process. They don't run from fear. They face it head on. They know that fear is a sign that they are pushing their limits, that they are growing, that they are stepping into new territory. They use fear as motivation instead of letting it paralyze them. They know that every time they push through fear, they become stronger, more confident, more powerful. They refuse to let fear dictate their decisions because they understand that everything they want is on the other side of fear. A winning mindset is built through repetition. It is not something you are born with. It is something you create through daily habits, through small choices that add up over time. Every time you choose to work instead of making an excuse, you are strengthening your mindset. Every time you push through discomfort instead of backing down, you are training yourself to win. Every time you stay disciplined when it would be easier to quit, you are building a mindset that cannot be broken. Winners don't rely on luck or talent. They rely on work ethic and perseverance. They understand that success is a game of endurance, that those who are willing to outwork, outlast, and outthink their competition will always come out on top. A winning mindset is about taking full responsibility for your life. No blaming, no complaining, no waiting for someone else to come and save you. Winners don't expect handouts. They go out and take what they want. They don't look for shortcuts. They embrace the hard work. They don't make excuses. They find a way. They understand that life will never be fair, that obstacles will always exist, that nothing is guaranteed, but they also understand that they have the power to shape their own destiny. They refuse to be victims of circumstance. They refuse to let their past define their future. They refuse to settle for anything less than what they are truly capable of. The greatest battles are fought in the mind. Your success or failure is determined by what you tell yourself every single day. If you feed your mind with negativity, doubt, and excuses, you will live a life of mediocrity. But if you feed your mind with belief, discipline, and relentless action, there is nothing you cannot achieve. The moment you shift your mindset, the moment you decide that you are done playing small, that you are done making excuses, that you are done waiting for permission to go after what you want, that is the moment your life changes forever. A winning mindset is not about being perfect. It is about refusing to quit. It is about showing up every day with the hunger to grow, to improve, to push yourself beyond what you thought was possible. It is about becoming the person who refuses to lose. Because the truth is, the only way you can ever truly lose is if you quit. Winners never quit, and quitters never win.